go down with the fam, man. It's major. I'm dropping videos back to back to back. I'm trying to go crazy, like I said, bro. But I'm trying to drop a little bit of shorter videos. I know the last videos I've been dropping, they've been a little bit longer, but I'm trying to drop a little bit of shorter videos. But the video we're gonna be reacting to today is by raywilliamjohnson again. My boy, man, my boy raywilliamjohnson. But you know, Afroman, y'all remember Afroman? Yeah, they say he getting sued, man. Unfortunately, Afroman, because I don't know if I can say that, but yeah, y'all should know it, bro. Look up Afroman. If y'all don't know, go get tapped in and tuned in with Afroman. But with that being said, man, let's go ahead and get into the video.
This famous rapper is now being sued by the police, and it could cost him a lot of money. Now his name is Afroman, and Afroman's 48 during this.
Afroman. Dang, getting sued by the police is crazy though, but I don't know. Let's see. That's crazy. I ain't know who he was getting sued by. The police though is wild. But shoot.
Time living in Ohio, and he's a rapper, probably most famous for his song Because I Got High, Because I Got High, Because I Got High, something like that. But one day in 2022, something crazy happens to him. Suddenly, kaboom, officers from the sheriff's department bust his front door down and they start storming through his house. And these officers, they're tearing through all his stuff. They're going through his clothes, they're looking through his furniture, they're clearing out all his rooms, they go through his CD collection, they find a bunch of cash and they start going through it. Now, Afroman isn't actually home during this time. He's off in Chicago because he's scheduled to do a show there. But back in Ohio, he has security cameras all over his house. So he's watching. Help.
Boy. You seeing on your cameras your house getting raided? Your house getting raided on the cameras? Bruh, I don't know what I'll do. I'll be shaking in my boots, boy. Just like shaking. Dang, I wouldn't even go back home. I don't think I'll go back. Bro. I'll probably, everything that's there, I'll probably leave it there. I wouldn't go back. They said he was in Chicago. Because he was scheduled for a show. So I wouldn't even go back. If his house getting raided, I'm not going back. I'm seeing it on the cameras. I'm like, bro, I'm deleting everything. I'm gonna act like I ain't never even lived there.
Helplessly from his phone as these cops go through all his shit. So, why is the sheriff's department suddenly raiding this famous rapper's house? Well, apparently they're in contact with some kind of confidential informant. And this informant, I guess, accused Afroman of kidnapping, claiming that he keeps women locked up in a basement dungeon in his house. And they also accuse him of drug trafficking. Now, to be fair, Afroman is known to smoke a bit of Zaza, and he's very open about this. I mean, look at the titles of some of his songs. Smoke on it, Enjoyed Your Bud, Who Wanna Smoke, Dope Fiend, Smoke a Blunt, Smoke 2 blunts, Let's Get High Tonight, Smoke a Blunt with You.
We get the gist of it, you feel me? He like getting blizzard, like a homie of mine would like to say. He likes to get blizzard, you feel me?
I smoke weed, smoke some green, hit this blunt with me, sell your dope, and my personal favorite, deck my balls, which has nothing to do with smoking. I just think that's a funny title. Now, that being said, just because Afroman has a lot of songs about smoking Zaza doesn't make him a drug trafficker, and it certainly doesn't make him a kidnapper. So anyway, police go through all his shit, and they tear it up, and they bust his front gate and 2 of his doors. They also disconnect his security cameras while they're there, which is just very suspicious. But
nah, that's for sure suspicious. What you mean you disconnected my security cameras? Go ahead, plug that back up. I'm not playing. Who told you to touch anything around here? Are you paying? I think not, buddy. Go ahead and plug that back up for me. Don't touch anything. Like, bro, what are they doing? Bro, I want to know. I want to know how this all in.
But unfortunately for them, during their raid, they don't really find much. A few roaches, some small pipes, and $5,000 in cash. But they don't find any large quantities of Zaza, and they certainly don't find any kidnapping victims in a basement dungeon. His house doesn't even have a basement. Now, eventually, Afroman gets on the phone with one of the officers, and they're still at his house. And he asks them if they found anything, is he gonna get arrested? And they're like, nah. And he also asks them if they're gonna help repair his door that they busted in and his gate that they broke, and they're also like, nah, we're not required.
As soon as I heard that, as soon as I heard the N come out of his mouth, the nah, I would have said, stop right there. What you mean you ain't gonna pay for my stuff? What you mean? You busted down my doors? That sounded crazy. You kicked down my doors and you ain't gonna pay for it? I'm leaving here with something. That's what Denzel Washington said. I'm leaving here with something. Somebody owes me something. I'm not playing.
To do that. And the worst part of this whole thing is there's not much Afroman can do at this point. The warrant they had is legit and signed by a judge, and he apparently can't sue the police for damaging his home because police are legally protected by qualified immunity or whatever. Not only that, he finds out it's gonna cost him an estimated $20,000 to repair his gate, his door.
Yep, that $5,000 that was on the table, that's going to that $20,000. You already know. Boy, I'll be mad. What you mean, 20,000? 20,000, bruh? All that money they found in that raid, that's going to that.
Doors and anything else they tore up. This is like the worst day for him. So, now what's he gonna do? Well, he's a rapper, so he's gonna get creative. And he decides to get to work in his studio and make several songs about this unjust police raid. And these songs are not subtle. They include, "Will you help me repair my door? Why are you disconnecting my video camera?" And one song called "Lemon Pound Cake." Lemon Pound Cake. And in the Lemon Pound Cake song, he criticizes this overweight sheriff who he caught on security footage eyeballing the lemon pound cake in his kitchen.
He gonna take a double take on the pound cake. He gonna look at the pound cake and he didn't know where it.
Wait a minute. We can't skip past that. I'm sorry. Did y'all just see what I seen? We can't skip past that.
Kitchen.
He gonna take a double.
Afroman, come on, dog. I ain't even gonna say nothing, man. I'm gonna let him slide. Afroman is a little older. I'm gonna let him slide.
Double take on the pound cake. He gonna look at the pound cake and he didn't know whether to shoot me or cut him a slice of that lemon pound cake. He backed up. He wants some of that pound cake, man.
Now, I don't want to play too much of his songs because, copyright and all that, but they're great. And in kind of a genius move, for each of them, he makes a music video and he uses the actual security footage of the raid in these videos.
Will you help me repair my gate?
All right, you get the point. I mean, you can go listen.
That's kind of smart. That didn't take too much effort. He already had the footage and everything. He put the video out, made a song about it. Boom. He probably getting some money from the songs and everything. I'm pretty sure he getting some money from the song. There's people listening to it. I'm reacting to this, so of course there's people listening to it. It's gonna be more people listening to it now since, my boy raywilliamjohnson talking about it. He already got a base. People finna go listen to it. I'm finna go listen to it.
Listen to Afroman's songs if you want. So, about a month after the raid, Afroman puts these songs out on YouTube, on Spotify, everywhere. And kaboom, they kind of blow up for him. 8 million streams is no joke. And he's loving this success. What are the odds that he would be able to turn this situation in his favor? And because these songs blow up, he gets creative again. And he starts selling merchandise with the officers' faces on them. And these are images he pulled from his security footage. Here's Officer Pound Cake, here's a guy he calls Private Pile, and he's got a few others. He even auctions off the door they kicked in to his fans. I think someone actually bought it for $2,100. I mean, you can see Afroman here autographing it. So clearly, he's trying to make the
smart.
most of this situation. Like, he's selling merchandise, he's rebuilding his reputation as a fun-loving guy and not a drug-trafficking kidnapper, and it seems like he's gonna just move on with his life and
But wait, there's more, head ass.
forget about this whole thing. Until...
I told you.
Here's the thing, though. The sheriff's department is not too happy that Afroman is capitalizing on all this, and they especially don't like it that some of the officers ended up in some music videos and on some t-shirts. And so, bam, the sheriff's department files a...
I'd be mad too. Imagine you end up on a shirt and it say lemon cake on it, and then it's a picture of you looking at a lemon cake. You know you gonna be mad. I'm doing something. I want some of that money too. But then again, they did start it though. Like, you know, they, whether it was wrong information or not, bro, it was their fault. They made it into to something, and he just made something out of nothing, literally. So shoot. Well, it wasn't nothing, but you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
a lawsuit against him and his record label.
A legal battle over privacy for officers involved in a raid. At the center of it, rapper Afroman.
And so these officers are claiming that he defamed them and that he violated their right to privacy by using their image.
Have you ever heard content creators say, comment the word burgers below and I'll send you over something for free? And then
just for commercial purposes. And I don't know what privacy they were expecting when they busted into his house, but this is what they're claiming.
They are public figures. If they was really concerned about their privacy, they wouldn't be putting their name on a public lawsuit.
And so they're seeking $700,000 collectively in damages, as well as any profits from the music videos and from the
See, that's what it really come down to. They want that money. They want that money. They seen him making, because he was probably making that without a record label or his own record label or something like that. So probably all independently. Bro, they like, man, we need that. What you mean? Break us some bread, boy. I want that lemon cake and I want some bread from this music video. I'm not playing. Like, damn.
Merchandise.
That's what it comes down
Meanwhile,
to.
no charges were ever filed against Afroman because, you know, he didn't do anything wrong. And so the sheriff's department finally agrees to release all his seized property, including that $5,000 cash they took from his house. Now, Afroman, he doesn't trust the police at this point because why would he? And he suspects that they probably pocketed some of the money they seized from him. And so he goes to the sheriff's department to pick up the seized money, and he takes a local news crew with him to document the whole thing. And when they get there, they realize that, in fact, $400 is missing from his stash. And this all happened.
I gotta check out for these crooked officers, man. It's not a lot of them, but it's enough of them to where you gotta check after some of them. I'm glad Afroman did what he did, because what if he didn't check? They would have got away with that. That's crazy, bro.
In front of the news crew.
We watched it being counted out of sealed evidence bags, and $400 in cash was missing.
And this suggests that when police seized his money, one of them did actually steal $400 from him. And if that's true, that's real f***ed up. I mean, they raid an innocent man's house, break his stuff, and steal his money? And so, of course, this part of the story makes the local news, and the sheriff's department has to, like, put out a statement saying, no, we just miscounted. And I believe Afroman does eventually get his $400 back. And so, as of now, in 2025, the lawsuit against Afroman is still ongoing, although the claims that he invaded the officer's privacy have been dismissed. However, the judge did allow the claims of defamation to move forward. So, he's still very much being sued. And, you know, hope he wins.
Guys, please stop being doctors, lawyers, scientists, biologists.
Look, that's the end of the video, man. Man, what y'all think about that, bruh? That's still going on to this day right now. He's still in that little lawsuit that he just said. Man, but shout out Afroman, man. OG. You feel me? He a OG. He really started like that meme rap, if you want to call it. like the mean rap and the funny rap, it was low-key kind of Afroman that kind of started that. At least from what I know. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but you know me. Shout out Afroman for being creative with that, man, and making that situation into a positive. Even though he's still going through it right now, he did make it into a positive. But man, I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go on about y'all day, man. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day, man. With that being said, man, it's Major gone.